Love that analogy of a client because I had never heard that. And you actually gave a message last week, and I heard that for the first time. How long have you used that mentality or actually voiced that you treat them like a client? Has that been something that you've used before?
I have. I don't know for how long,
But
but
it's been a while since you've been using that mentality. And the reason why I ask is because when I heard that, it was the piece that I had been missing in my own mind because I had been treating everyone like a boss. I had approached it of like, you know what? I want to be an entrepreneur because I don't want to have a boss. And then I became an entrepreneur and everyone was my boss. It felt like, right? Because like if you have a client
yeah,
and they need something and you decide that you don't want to do that, your boss just fired you and now you don't have that client.
yeah.
If you have someone that you're recruiting, if you're a recruiter, if you're trying to build your company and they decide that they can't make it, that boss fires you too. And so I was kind of viewing everyone as a boss. And I really like that analogy, except for the fact that most people don't like their boss. So I'm sitting here with this analogy that like I just think is true. And I was thinking about like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the founder of Apple. And he eventually gets voted out of his own company. Why? Because even though he was the head guy, he still had bosses to please in order for that company to survive.
Right.
Well, last week, when you gave that message and said, I treat everyone like a client, I think that is the most pure analogy and pure way to think about it. Because instead of dreading having a conversation with your quote unquote boss, you treat everyone with the respect of a client and bring value to them at all times. And I thought that was one of the best things I'd ever heard from that. It helped me tremendously stop thinking about everyone like a boss.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell you that until now, but I thought that was phenomenal.
Thank you. Yeah, and listen, there's obviously a difference. I could get fired, 1090, but 1099s are different than W-2s in the literal sense. But I do think just the mentality of that, everyone's a client, it brings a certain level of game to the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to serve someone like a client, whether they're working for you or you're working for them.